start off. I haven't had a chance to look at this very much. Just kind of off the hoof. Frustrating game. Really proud of our guys. They really been really easy for them to, after that bye week, and to come into this game and not play real hard. Our guys played hard and they strained. Again, proud of that. I thought the defensive effort was absolutely outstanding. The defensive game plan, the way the guys played, they played a winning football. That's some of the best defensive football we've seen against a really explosive Hawaii team. When you look at the 21 points on the board and you think, 7 was the offense throwing a pick 6. The fourth down stops, the turnovers we got early, they were critical. And going into the game, the biggest thing we talked about after kind of, looking at the last bunch of weeks was, third downs and turnovers. When you look at how unsuccessful we've been again on third downs and the lack of turnovers that we've created and some that we've given up, it's really what's kind of put us behind the 8 ball in a lot of these games. You come in at halftime, and you've got a 7-7 ball game, and you've won the turnover battle. Not very good on third downs. And them they executed a couple fourth downs. So I believe they were something like, I think they converted like 4 of the drive. So they were beating us there. Then you look at the second half again. We were poor on third downs, and they won the turnover battle in the second half. Tight ball game, obviously the missed field goal was really critical at that time. It looked like it was going to be a tight ball game. You got to be able to make that to make it a 2-score game. Kind of changes play calling, the way things are done. You come out in the second half, and it's a pretty back and forth game. And again, that pick 6, we had a wide open guy. It's critical. We had a couple drops on the first down, so now you're sitting there at second and longs. Those things can't happen. And then again, at the end of the game, you're sitting there in a situation where it's 21-7, you need to put points on the board and still a lot of time left. So you can get a stop, you get the ball back, you got a great opportunity. And, you're in a third down situation. If nobody's open, you got to get rid of that ball. You just got to get rid of it. You don't have to force the ball there. You still have a great opportunity on fourth down to execute. So again, critical moments. With the young quarterback, he'll learn from that stuff. And again, we'll continue to grow. I think the biggest thing now is, again, our guys continuing to show up to work and doing the things that they've done, every single day to get themselves prepared. They look like a prepared football team. They look like a team that, had a lot of energy and they played with it. So I'm proud of them for that. So obviously disappointed loss. These guys have worked extremely hard. You want something good to happen for them. So we've got a couple more in front of us. And just got to keep our head down and keep working.
Aside from third down, what do you think the biggest problem was on offense?
You know what? Going into the game, we talked about running the ball continually. We wanted to lessen the possessions, and I thought the plan worked pretty good for the most part. In the game, at some point, we're going to have to make an explosive play. I think the biggest thing was first down. We kept getting into a lot of, 2nd and 7s and things like that. So you're kind of in pass situations. Again, drops in the second half on first down were huge. We had 2 big drops that put us in the hole. And, I think that was probably the biggest thing. We just, and again, you're getting a breaking young guy in at quarterback, and he was off the mark a couple of times tonight, but he also made some really good gutsy throws. He did some really good things. So you just got to be a little bit more on the money to move the chains.
Speaking about that drive as well, after that third turnover of the first quarter, you talked about first downs a lot. It was a 2-yard loss on that first down, and then back-to-back run plays inside the 30. Was the idea just to kind of come away with the 3 points and kind of just cut your losses there?
No, not at all. We liked what we had. They did a good job of dropping the safety into the box. So, we kind of went to some of that RPO stuff in the second half. Didn't get to it as much. The biggest thing was the discrepancy in the play. We only had 25 plays in the first half, and I believe they had 40. And why is that third downs? You got to convert third downs, and then flip that. So, at times, maybe we need to be a little bit more aggressive in our play calling. But I thought Darren did. Again, you're sitting there with a tie ball game. In the third quarter, you've got a great opportunity to win that football game. Pick 6 really was tough. And then after that, again, bouncing right back and driving the field and giving yourselves a chance to make it a 7-point ball game. You got to convert on that. You can't throw that pick on third down.
I think your strategy offensively was to basically take away all the passing lanes, not so much get pressure on the quarterback. Is that pretty accurate?
It is. You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't with what they do. They came out and they wanted to run the ball a little bit more than they normally do. So they kind of broke a tendency and wanted to run the football, and we were okay with that. We needed to get them into a third down situation so we can get off the field. And I thought our guys did a really good job. Now they moved the ball. They moved the ball up and down the field. And as the field got shorter and it shrunk a little bit, I think that helped us. We were a little bit more physical at the point of attack at times. But when they made the change in quarterback, it wasn't really the passing game that changed a whole lot, but what changed was quarterback run game. He came in, McDonald came in and did a really good job of keeping the ball. He became an option on those fourth downs and third and shorts, which weren't there before, but with him and his ability, I think that part really, went to their favor.
And Javen, looked like he played, was it Harrison Morton, maybe a safety or nickel, that's today? Or?
It's kind of more of a nickel. Yeah, I mean, based on what they do, you're kind of playing more of a two linebacker set, but that's the great thing about his versatility, and that's why people are so excited about him, at that next level, is because he can play in and outside the box, and he did a really good job today.
So it was mostly line defense today. Was it?
It's more nickel.
More
Yeah.
nickel. Okay.
Yeah.
As young as he is, he's had several starts. What does he tell you? Because on the pick, there's no one throwing across the body. There's no one there that he can throw into. So what does he come over and say?
Well, he's looking at Randall Grimes in the back of the end zone.
There's
Problem
like
is,
five white guys in between. The white's jerseys in between.
yeah, you see it every Sunday though in the NFL. You see it on Saturdays, and and it's one of those deals. You got to be careful how hard you are on him at that moment. Bottom line is it's just football 1-on-1. If I'm rolling to my left, I'm never going to throw it back across my body to the right, or vice versa. Sometimes you're in that situation and you're pressing too hard. You feel like you have to make a play there. Again, it's just it's growth. It's understanding of the situation and being calm within it. Just knowing. I mean, in your mind, you need to be saying to yourself when I'm out there, it's third down. Nothing's there. Let's throw it away. Let's fight another day on fourth down. So. And again, his arm strength isn't there. Not many guys can go ahead and get through all those guys.
Right.
So it was a critical error. At a critical moment. So you have choices as coaches. I mean, you guys know me. I'm a fiery guy, but when you got a young quarterback like that and he's working his tail off and he's already kind of throwing a pick six and he's already feeling that, you got to be careful how hard you are on him at that moment. It's better to sit down in the film room and watch it with him and go over it with him and discuss the situation, where you are mindset. You got to talk about self-talk. The next time you get in that situation, and then coach him through it.
Can you talk a little bit about how every time this team needed a big play, it seemed like Jericho was obviously in the middle of it from the 2 interceptions, the down punt, the block field goal. Can you talk a little bit about what you got from him today?
Again, he's a senior, been around for a long time, and early in the game he made some really big plays. So I'm getting proud of him. We knew they were going to put the ball up in the air a lot, and and the matchup was pretty good, for him, and he did a really good job of being Johnny on the spot. He had a chance for a third pick too. What I'm saying? That was I don't think they scored on that drive. So it hurt us.
You've been having trouble forcing turnovers this year, so
Yeah.
that had to been really exciting in the first quarter to actually be forcing turnovers like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, when you look at college football now and you look at the critical stats, yards aren't a big deal anymore. It used to be back in the day, everybody talk about how many yards they gain. It's really not the most critical stat anymore. It's really turnovers. It's turnovers and being good on third down. If you can get around that 40-45% mark conversion on third downs, and then if you can create turnovers, you're going to win a lot of football games. So again, I think early in the game that boded well for us, and I think that's why it was such a close game. We had a great opportunity. You got to take advantage of it. The hard thing is 3 turnovers in the first half, and you get 7 points out of it, right? So one of the big things also is after turnovers and after getting stops is getting big scores. Some of their turnovers though happened deep in their own end, so we had a long field to drive. We got the 4th down stop, you got 99 to go, we get the pick in the end zone. So again, a lot of long fields. It wasn't a lot of short fields.
Do you think it's like you did with the President's State game? Do you think it's good to keep Kenny in there to experience this, or did you think about maybe either Max or Dean said work Harmonic film?
Well, if we're throwing the football, the guy that gives us the best chance throwing the football is Kenny Noblat, right? He's the best natural thrower out there. Again, the way that game was going, in our mind not being 100% running the football, not feeling 100% comfortable running the football, we never even talked about it. I mean, it's just, we know that, again, there's some critical things. I mean, again, on that pick six, you got a wide open guy, and it's crazy how the game works. You're sitting there in a 7-point ball game, you got a wide open guy, you're about to, move the chains and get about an 18-yard gain, and all of a sudden you're looking back and you're down 7, but, you kick yourself in the tail and you go back to work and, you coach off it. But now Kenny's the guy right now.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks,